Wow, what a GnomeJam! I've certainly had a blast viewing all the incredible entries, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed taking part too. It was certainly no easy task to make a whole game in just a week, especially if you have to fit it around school studies or work or whatever, so a massive pat on the back to all of you. Hopefully you're all proud of what you've achieved. Now, if you've watched the live stream the previous night, you'll already be aware by this point of who the winner was, and we checked out a few games on the stream too. But in this video I want to highlight a few more of your creations, and if you haven't seen the winning entry yet, I'll be highlighting it at the end. So to start off this video, let's check out some of the builds. Not everybody's quite ready to make a fully scripted game, so it was great to see some awesome building showcases that were submitted. The first of these is from UMG Dev, with this atmospheric little house. There's quite a few details going on here, such as a zombie you can kill. There's even a flying witch teddy type thing. There's various gnoming references going on. There's these awesome spinning blocks you can climb up, and this incredible death animation type thing from the roof. A lot of great work has gone into this one. Look at this. We've got a little lake in the middle here. Head up to the top. We've got GnomeCode himself is up here. Have a little chat with him. Hello there. What are you doing in there? Just vibing in the cauldron. Well, get out! The witch is putting poison in! Nah, that's just shampoo. That made me laugh the first time. Another top build is from the League of Jimpoi, with this rather massive Halloween mansion. There's quite a bit to explore here with several different floors to look around. I really like the way they've used constraints to create string to hang up bats and skeletons, and it really helps bring the place to life. Now, for a bit of change of tempo, we have this creation from Dog12Goats called Castle in the Mist, which I'm actually a massive fan of. They've made this beautiful little cutscene, the lighting is on point, and it all combines together to create a really immersive experience. On to some of the games, and again, we have an absolute abundance of quality. There are a lot of props included in the kit, and that seems to have inspired a lot of item hunt type games. Arguably one of the spookiest of these is Hiding in the Shadows by Lolly Popcorn 648. It has a nice opening cutscene to set the score, and then you have to creep around the map collecting the items to escape. Once you find them, you have to complete a small interactive challenge, which I thought was a really nice touch. We then have several story-led games, such as this 2D game by the Kraken Priest 123. It's called The Witcher's Problem, and it has a pretty neat twist where the zombie actually turns out to be quite a nice guy. It's GnomeCode himself. Adding a story to the game like this can really help bring it to life, and it especially helps when you're trying to create a spooky ambience. One of the games that did this really well is I'm Not Crazy by Skeffs. It's kind of like a psychological horror story, and you slowly walk around the map that keeps endlessly repeating before it slowly dawns on you you're trapped in a never-ending loop. Ultimately, you get a showdown with a witch, and the game offers you two different endings, which I thought was a great finish. Schizophrenia by Forks was another great submission in a similar vein. If I'm to be critical for this one, I'd say it is slightly lacking in terms of gameplay, as you spend most of your time just walking around the map. But you can tell they put a lot of work into crafting the story, and it has a very dark ambience throughout with some great cutscenes too. Probably one of the best of these kind of story/adventure type games is the entry from Kugi01 with Missing. This feels pretty polished with this nice opening menu screen, and it has a few elements of interaction too, including the ability to crouch, and there's this awesome night vision camera you can use to help you navigate. Perhaps I'm just really bad at playing games, but when I showed this on the stream I ended up missing one of the tunnels, and I spent ages wandering back and forth trying desperately to find it. Maybe it's a sign of good map design to create such a labyrinth in a small space, but I would have appreciated just a little bit of hand holding, and maybe making the opening a bit more obvious, at least for my sake. Talking of being bad at games, I did try to play Coreblox's Tower by Freezy Melon. It has a good intro with an intriguing setup, where you're trapped in hell and have to ascend the tower to escape. You have to wander around each level finding keys, but oh my, it took me so long to find the first one, going through bookcase after bookcase, and when it came to the third floor and we were going around this maze, I honestly just couldn't find the key, so I gave up. Sorry. However, something that's always satisfying in a video game is a good old boss fight. and there are plenty of entries that delivered in this department. My favourites are probably Investigator by Simp Epic, where you're attacked by the witch's bottles and knives and you're dodging these marauding zombies and you have to try and pelt her back with this skull. Gnome Alone by Boxhead Gaming 360 also offered another great boss fight. This time the enemy is not the witch, but GnomeCode himself, and you have to dodge his crazy flying skull attacks before eventually getting your revenge. Next up, let's take a look at some of the puzzle games, and a great example of these is from Darkage Mast3r, who is actually the winner of our previous GnomeJam. He's come up with quite an original concept here, with a 2D top-down puzzle that almost reminds me a little of some of the levels from Portal, and I think he did a good job here in adding a slow rate of progression with the difficulty becoming a bit more advanced by the end. I thought it could have been improved a little bit with maybe a bit more polish, possibly with some UI hints and maybe making it look a bit more spooky and visually appealing, but a really solid concept here. A game that I did think got the approach pretty well was Polar Penguin 878's Escape Room game. The game all takes place in this pretty tiny room, and it actually takes quite a bit of time to find all the various items and clues that are well hidden around the game. What livens it up though and really takes to the next level is all the little extras, like this quite amusing dialogue he added between the witch and your character. Another similar escape-esque room is My Fears by Zach AK56. The visuals in this game are quite amazing. He's done a fantastic job with the lighting, and I also love the fact that he went to the effort of getting his friend to voice act the intro. It adds a great touch to what feels like a really well-made puzzle game. I did think the ending seemed a little bit abrupt, but otherwise this is definitely one of my favourites. Okay, so it's almost time to announce the big winner themselves. But first, I'd like to take the time once again to congratulate everyone on their entries. With something like a game jam, it's not really about winning or losing. The accomplishment comes with actually being able to challenge yourself to submit something within the week. And I'm willing to bet you're all better developers now as a result. So remember, even if you didn't win or get highlighted here, you've all done a fantastic job. So hold that chin up high. Well done, gnomes. But before we open the big golden envelope, let's take a look at two more creations, which actually went to the length of creating a multiplayer game, especially for the occasion. The first of these is from EthanDev24, who made his own murder mystery game. I think the lighting effects he added are a great touch, and I did find a willing fan to help me film some footage, and he was a great help to me. Sorry, friend. Unfortunately, there did seem to be a couple of glitches, but I'm not surprised. It's certainly quite an ambitious task to complete in just a week. The next one is from Tominus, and he's provided us with his take on a zombie survival game, except this time it's Defend the Noob. The zombies spawn out of the coffins, and it's our job to sweep them away with our trusty broomstick. We played this one on stream, and it was awesome to have so many people to fight with, even if we did kind of break the game by making it so easy. So, without further ado, the winner of the Halloween GnomeJam, who took home the grand 2,000 Robux prize, was the real Cybop with Cybop's Ghostly Gauntlet. What I really like about this is from the moment you enter the game, it all looks pretty professional. There's some great music in the background, there's some great effects, and there's even a handy arrow to sort of remind us where to go. We have to navigate through different rooms and fight ghosts, and sometimes there's even items to pick up along the way. Another thing I really like is how the rooms are randomly allocated, so you can actually keep playing the game indefinitely. Although there is only about 7 rooms in total, but I think if they added a few more, along with some extra spells, abilities, and maybe extra enemy types, I can easily imagine this being actually a standalone game. Great effort here, and there were so many great entries to choose from, but ultimately, this was the game that narrowly edged it to the finish for me. So, what do you guys think? Do you have a favourite game? Which one would you have chosen? I'll be leaving links to all of these games highlighted here down in the description for you to check out, and please do show them some love. So, once again, a massive thank you to everyone who took part, and I look forward to seeing what you guys will create next. So, until next time, goodbye!